Okay, guys, it is story time. And because of tonight's situation, it is January 18th, 19th. It's Saturday. And TikTok just got shut the fuck down. And I'm going to tell you about my TikTok journey, okay? Because it meant a lot to me. And I feel like the universe is sending me a message right now through what's going on and the timing of it all. So I had my son was trying to get me into TikTok when it was still Musically. He was young and he was telling me how cool it was, and he was always making them. At one point I had all these, he was only like 6, and all of a sudden I was getting all these calls, people asking for Batman. And finally, me and my neighbor figured it out. Nicholas, my youngest, was giving out my phone number on Musically, and his name was Batman. And anyway, I didn't get it. I played with it for a little back then, but I didn't get into it. And then so then I was engaged. Tommy was living with us, my fiance, and again, Nick was into TikTok now, and he was showing it to us, and I got into it. I made one and it got like 600 views and like 20 likes or something. So I'm like, wow, is that good? And my kids were like, yeah. So, but I didn't do much with it, but I had a few of like Tommy and the animals and stuff. And, um, then Tommy passed away. And I pretty much locked myself in my bedroom with my American Bulldog. I shut the whole world out. Like, really, people had disappointed me on some fucking serious fucking levels. Family, friends. When I thought everyone was going to rally around me, it felt like people turned their backs on me, and I didn't understand it, and I didn't want anyone to hurt me, so I just wanted to be alone. But that's when I started checking out TikTok and really getting into it. And I was starting to write my blog, my memoir blog, which is memoirofarecklessgirl.com is where you can find it. And it is the stories of my life. And I have some insane stories, and a lot of them, and a lot of trauma, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of scary shit. Um, and I've had so many times where people have said like they couldn't believe like I am still here. So I feel like my story should be shared. There's so many stories. And so I wanted to share my story. So I wanted to monetize my blog and get traffic on my blog, and I googled it, like, how do you get traffic on your blog? You go to where the people are, go to social media and talk about your blog there. Well, get people to your blog from there. So where are the people? The people are on TikTok. So, but then I read something that said, don't go on TikTok and start talking about your blog. Nobody cares. Go on TikTok, do the things, get followers, do the challenges, have fun, and then talk about your blog. Or as it is on TikTok, I think it was once I had 1,000 followers, or it might have been 10,000. Then I think 1,000. I was able to post my link to my website, which did get traffic on my blog, and I started monetizing my blog. And I also got really into TikTok, and I was having fun, and I promised myself something, that I would never, ever let the possible judgments others may make of me and my content affect what I did on TikTok. I wanted to be my true, genuine self. Share the shit I think is funny, even if it's offensive. Share the songs, do whatever. The dance, like, and I didn't want people laughing at me or making me feel bad. I just wanted to do me. And I didn't share it with my family. I didn't share it to, my Facebook page that had, friends and family on it. Um, that's my text on my phone. Anyway, so that distracted me. Okay. So I just started doing it and I had so much fun, but I was grieving. I don't remember the beginning, but I remember that it became like a coping mechanism, and it really, and the goals to smash. I wanted to grow my account. I wanted 10,000. I wanted 1,000 followers so I could go live. Then I wanted 10,000 followers so I could, work with brands, and I I did finally get 1,000 followers, and as soon as I did, I started going live. I'm familiar with going live because I did it for 5 or 6 years on a psychic page on Facebook. I used to go live and do free readings, so I was used to it and comfortable. And as I went through TikTok, I learned to like not have a messy background, to like watch where the camera angle, make sure you have good lighting, and I got better and better and better. And I was making like, God, I think I made like 5 TikToks a day for like 3.5 years. And, I made friends. And when I was lonely, I would go on TikTok. I could go live, and there was always someone there, or just even getting the interactions on my TikToks just made me feel like not alone. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but I rely on other people's approval. So it meant a lot to me as it grew. In the beginning, I only would have like one person pop in my live after 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And then, when I moved here a year and a half ago, and I don't remember how many followers I had, but I got to 10,000 since I've been here. And I cried when I got to 10,000 because I smashed that goal. And it is also like this whole account is so connected to my grief and coping and surviving it. And what was I saying? So that was since I got here a year and a half ago. And today, before TikTok shut down, I had 51.4 thousand followers. 51.4 thousand people like me for my true, genuine self. It it makes me feel like I really can be myself. Everybody's got a different flavor. Everybody doesn't have to like me, but there's 50,000 people that do, at least. So the money was last winter. I was just looking through my transactions, and the money was insane doing the battles and getting the gifts, and insane money, insane money. I was making rent in 5 minutes sometimes. I had like 500 people in my lives at a time, and I thought it was just going to get even bigger. But then last July, the first week of July, was my last good week there, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I almost feel like somebody did something or said something, or I don't know, but um it just died. Everybody said it got slow, but then it seemed like other people's stuff picked back up and mine never did. And I kind of let it get the best of me. And then I kind of laid in bed for like 3 months and didn't really mess around on TikTok at all. And that was the first time I separated myself from TikTok. And then all of a sudden one day I realized, like, I hate the way I feel. I don't want to feel like this. And so I had to start doing things to pull myself out of that depression. And once I did start to do that, I came back to TikTok and making TikToks and going live and hanging with my people. I have people that followed me the whole 3 years and still, I mean, we talk every day. I had one guy, um, he got in some trouble and um, he knew he was going to jail 2 months before he went. And I just a TikTok friend. I never met him face to face, but before he left, he said that he had to tell me that the year before, the Christmas and the Thanksgiving before, he thanked me for being there for him. And like, like I didn't have anyone, so getting busy, going live, like, it was better than being alone and, just lonely. So he wanted to thank me for spending the holidays with him. So what I was getting at was that, like, I think TikTok's gonna come back. I think Trump is gonna do the thing on Monday. But for me, once I realized I was in a bad place, like, I've been giving myself the excuse to not have to deal with people and to not have to think about uncomfortable things. I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in 3.5 years. Um, I guess my whole world was pretty much TikTok. I cried when I got 10,000 followers. I was live and I cried. And I made a TikTok about it. So I just feel like the universe is telling me it's time to get up, stop making excuses for myself, and start a new chapter. And even if TikTok comes back, I just need a fresh start. I don't mean I need to make it, maybe I do make a new account. I don't know what I do. But it's time to stop excusing myself from life. I'm mixing everything in with my grief. TikTok and my grief journey. So I just don't know really how I feel, but I just feel like it's okay to let go too. Everything's not meant to be. Sometimes the universe wants something different for us than what we want for ourselves. I want to be a streamer. I just want to make money off my story. Like, I feel like I want to be, I say I want to be famous like the Kardashians, like for nothing. Just for being me. And TikTok seemed like the way I was going to get there. It's just not the answer, that's all. Time to pivot. Oh, I made a new friend on TikTok. I was battling this girl, so there's these battles where you invite like another person who's live to come into your live. You go, the screen is split, and then their chat supports them by sending gifts that cost money, so they translate into money for us. And then my chat was support me, and we were battling each other every morning, every day, for months and months and months before we realized we have the same birthday. And she lived in Colorado. She's awesome. I call her like the skateboarding doctor. She's a nurse practitioner, but she skateboards, she snowboards, she plays guitar. She's awesome. She's just a really cool person, and I've always enjoyed like spending time with her. I texted her and she didn't text me back. Like, I hope she's okay. Probably. I don't know. I always check on her through TikTok. But anyway, um, I was like, you should come to Boston for our birthday. And she's in Colorado. And she's like, I've always wanted to. So she came the weekend after our birthday last summer and we went to see Metallica together. And she stayed for 3 nights. And I told her, next time you have to come for a week. You know, I made a real friend out of, I made a lot of real friends. I have a lot of real friends. Friends I talk to, friends that are there for me, support me, and, you know, I don't know what I'm like missing to say. But yeah, maybe if TikTok comes back, I do start a new account. I just feel like it's time to let go of excuses, let go of the grief. You know, grief sometimes grabs you, but you don't have to hold on to it. So, yeah, this whole TikTok ban is really effing my head up. But it's okay, you know? First of all, I think it'll be back, but even if it wasn't, it's just time to pivot. Sometimes you gotta let go. Sometimes you gotta let go of one thing to make room for the better thing. Oh, and I decided I wanted to be a streamer. I'm almost done with my bachelor's for media communications. Like, I really thought I was gonna be a millionaire on TikTok. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's maybe time to be a little more realistic. Find something with a little more stability, reliability. So yeah, like, I don't know. There's almost like a piece in me. I just keep saying it's time to let go. And not of them and not of the memories. I lost Tommy. I lost someone on the 1 year anniversary. I lost my son's father. I lost my 3 year old dog. I lost my friend Katima, and my best friend lost her husband all in 3 years. And, you know, I had every right to check out and be vulnerable and be weak, but I think this is the end of one chapter. Tomorrow starts a new one. I like starting over. It's nothing better than reinventing yourself. Change is so fun. It's better than being boring. So, to all my TikTok lovers, all my TikTok followers, I love you guys. I miss you guys like crazy. I hope we can go back just so I can at least see everybody. But, it is what the fuck it is, kids. What? It's crazy. Anyway, time for new beginnings.